Congratulations on graduating to the rehab exercises part of your corrective care program. Now, I'm going to teach you some daily spinal stretches, but before I do that, I just want to remind you that stretching should never be painful. It should be done twice a day, first in the morning and last thing in the evening. These stretches really could be done anytime during the day, so if you want to do them more often, that is always a great idea. But before we get started, I just want to remind you that stretching should never be painful. And if there is any pain with a certain stretch, please consult your chiropractor or let one of us know so we can help you modify it or find out if it's something that you can just not do for right now. And you want to work up to 10 repetitions to each side suggested with each stretch. First stretch I'm going to do is called spinal rotation. So while sitting, you're going to arch your back, sit up straight, hands. Your arms are going to go up to your shoulder chin level with elbows out to your side. Slowly rotate your spine as far as it will go on both sides and attempt to look at the wall behind you in each rotation. So you're going to sit up straight like this, arch your back, and we're going to slowly go around. Look at that wall behind you. Come back forward. Don't forget to take deep breaths. And go to the other side. And then go center again. This next stretch is called spinal flexion and extension. You're going to place both hands on your knees. Sit up straight and slowly extend your neck back, looking up at the ceiling and arching your back as far as it can comfortably. Slowly come forward. And then you're going to look to the floor, reversing your curves. And then come up again. This motion should continue back and forth using a smooth, controlled fashion. Don't forget that to use your entire spine and try not to bend just at the hips. This stretch is called spinal lateral bending. You're going to sit up straight with your head over your shoulders, then fully to one side, and then we're going to come up center and we're going to bend to the other side. Again, you want to use your entire spine when you're doing these stretches. So not just bending at your neck or just at your hips, but just think about using the tip top of your head all the way down to your hips. You're just going to imagine that you're just doing a big C. And then slowly come up again. So the next thing is called spinal molding. This is something that you're only going to do in the evening before going to bed. But spinal molding helps promote respirations, enhance your spinal curves, and prepare your spine for a restful sleep. So this follows the daily stretches right before you go to bed. So the first thing we're going to do is grab 2 bath towels. So I already have one rolled up, but you're going to take it and you're going to fold into the center to where you leave about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of space between the 2 halves there. And then we're going to roll it up nice and tight. So I'll do that real quick. So what you should have at the end are 2 towels that are rolled up to where you have about a 4 to 4.5 inch diameter. If you have a really thick bath towels, you might end up just rolling it partial. So just make sure that it's not too big because this is a really significant stretch and you don't want the towel area to be too big. So like we said, about 4 inches is a good amount. Then after that, we're gonna come over here. This is gonna go in 2 places. So I'm gonna have Elena come over here so I can show you guys where to put these. So Elena, come right over here. I'm gonna have her turn around. So the towels are gonna go in 2 places. One is just gonna go in the neck. That's actually just going to be a placeholder and a good support for this stretch. So it is not necessary. If you have a cervical pillow, you can use that, but the towel is just a really good support. Eventually, we're going to introduce you to the dinner roll, your cervical traction that you use at home. You can use that in place of the towel that is going on your neck. The second one is actually the most important. I'm going to have you turn just a little bit. So you're going to use this not in the curve of your back, but just above it. So you're going to feel for like the very bottom of your rib cage, and that towel is actually going to go right there when you lay down. So I'm gonna have Elena come over here and lay down. So come right here, and I'll get this one set up for you too. We're gonna feel for that spot that's good. Come on back and lay down. Get her right about there, and then lay down like that. So she's just gonna lay here while I finish talking. You're gonna do this for about 3 to 4 minutes to start, and you're eventually going to go up to 15 to 20 minutes. You want to take your time for this because it is a very significant stretch, and we want to do this at a nice slow pace. So once a week, you're going to add 1 minute to your time. If ever it's uncomfortable, subtract a minute, go back to that, and then after a week or so, start adding minutes again. As far as getting up from spinal molding, you want to be careful when you do that because this is actually a very significant stretch. So what you'll want to do is roll over to your side and use your elbow to get up like so. It's a lot easier to do on the floor. Now I will tell you this should be done on the floor. We did it on the table so you could see it better. But you definitely want to roll over to your side, use your elbow to get up. That will keep you from straining any muscles that are already been stretched. So you want to just be careful with that.